The MPAA was originally called the Motion Picture Producers and Distributors of America, MPPDA. It was established in 1922 and was popularly called the Hays Office for its first director, William H. Hays. The Hays Office or Code was the government censoring films and what could be morally acceptable to show audiences. The Hays Code wanted the audience to never be thrown to the side of crime, wrongdoing, evil, or sin. Jack Valididi was the individual who aided in the development of the Hays Office. The Hays Office was dismissed in 1966 after it had become hopelessly outdated and inefficient because of the relaxed social and sexual morals of the time. In 1907, the Chicago enacted the first movie censorship law in America. Cities and states around the nation created local censorship boards of the following years, resulting in various different rules and standards. In 1909, the National Board of Censorship represented mainstream protagonism in creating after complaints about indecent films caused movie theaters in New York City to close by the 1920s. Most protagonist critics of movies are called for federal regulation of the industry. In 1914, the Women's Christian Temperance Union, WCTU, which in 1906 condemned the influence of movies on the health, well-being, and morals of impressionable youth, begins to lobby aggressively for government regulations of films. The WCTU claimed the films are addictive and that they glorify war and violence and that they cause crime, delinquency, and immoral behavior. In 1934, the Catholic Legion of Decency is formed. An estimated 10 million Catholics signed a pledge to refrain from viewing all objectionable movies or attending any theater that shows such films. However, the Legion advocates self-regulation, not government regulation, because of concern for separation of church and state. The risk of Catholic boycotts, however, provides an economic incentive to elicit Catholic critics. In 1934, Joseph Breen becomes head of the new Production Code Authority, which enforces the Hays Code. Under Breen, who served for 20 years, the PCA is closely allied with the Legion of Decency. During this period, movie production companies are essentially required to join the PCA, and any company that releases a film without its seal of approval is subject to fine. In 1968, MPAA institutes a nationwide system of voluntary ratings based on the viewer's age in response to continuing objections of the production code, and two court rulings indicated that different First Amendment standards apply to adults and minors. The original ratings are G for general audiences, M for mature audiences, R for 16 and above, and unless accompanied by a parent or guardian, the X under 16 not admitted. In 1970, the X rating, which was not trademarked by the MPAA, becomes to be equipped with pornography. Newspapers and TV refused advertisements of X-rated films, and such theaters refused to screen X-rated movies. In 1987, the National Endowment of the Arts, NEA, comes under attack. Senator Al D'Amorto and Jesse Helms argue that taxpayers' money should not be used to support offensive art. In 1998, the Supreme Court upholds the NEA's right to take the standards of decency into account in making grants to artists. The NEA phased out grants to individual artists shortly thereafter. In the 1990s, the X ratings is replaced by NC-17 to differentiate between art film from pornography. Nevertheless, religion activists pressure large video chains and retailers such as Blockbuster and Walmart not to stock NC-17 titles. No such film as of 2006 has been rated NC-17 has been a major box office success. While MPAA membership is voluntary, all 7 major Hollywood studios submit their films to the ratings board. Most simplex chains, retail giants, and home video stores only show films that have MPAA ratings. Films that are not rated are not shown to MPAA-affiliated theaters. In many markets, adults have little or no access to NC-17 or non-rated films. Then MPAA was established in order to give parents ratings about TV materials in order to understand what contents will be shown before viewing the movie. A device was made known as the V-chip that enabled parents to block shows from their children that may not be suitable for children to watch. Three main companies came together to form a system in which the television shows are to be rated. The three main companies are National Association of Broadcasters, NBA, the National Cable and Telecommunications Association, NCTA, and the Motion Pictures of America, MPAA. On December 19, 1996, the television industry announced the creation of the TV Parental Guideline, which cautions parents on what the program withholds. The ratings were G for general audiences, PG for parental guidance suggested, TV 14 suggests parents that children under 14 is not suggested to watch such shows, and TVMA, which is for mature audiences. On August 1st, 1997, the ratings were revised to include content descriptors, which are D for suggestive dialogue, L for language, S for sexual content, V for violence, and FV for fantasy violence.